Hello, everyone. Thank you for joining us for our August first impression of A Taste of Her Own Medicine. This is our chicklet selection, and this is also our Girlfriend Celebration Month. So, this is our month where we read either chicklet or romance or erotica, and we invite other people who are not part of BookTini, other women, to join us in discussing the book. So today we're doing something a bit different. We have a few fresh faces to kind of commemorate Girlfriends Appreciation or Celebration Month. We have Capricia, who is the current Sacramento chapter leader and also part of the book board. We also have Jocelyn Gilchrist, who is the leader of the Hampton Roads chapter. And we have Jamala Massenberg, who is the social activities chair or membership chair for Uptown Oakland. So today we're going to talk about this A Taste of Her Own Medicine by Tasha L. Harrison. We read the first 4 chapters, so that's what we're going to talk about. This book is about Sonia Watts, our main character, and Atlas James, who is the person that she is interested in. It starts off with her being 40, finalizing a divorce, and she is heading into an entrepreneur class because her friends and family have decided that she needs to get the ball rolling on like a Bath and Body Works type of product line, especially since she was a stay-at-home mom and now she kind of needs to step out on her own and have her own thing. So she goes to the co-working spot, which is where she's going to take this class. And her friend Estelle is her best friend and neighbor. She's the one who has really pushed her. She actually signed her up for the course because she did it herself and opened up a yoga studio in an area of Greenville, South Carolina. That's the setting for our romance here. And she's done really well. So she thought her friend would also benefit from joining the class. And when she realizes that Atlas James will be Sonia's teacher, she does this little reaction that kind of scares Sonia. What do you guys think about that? I think because Sonia was already nervous. She's very, very nervous because she's kind of like starting over. And then her friend is like, "Oh, that's your teacher," and and then she leaves her to go to class. And I was just thinking, like, if my friend did that, I would feel some kind of way. What do you guys think?
Oh, I would laugh at that. You know, how your friends set you up. They're like, oh yeah, you're gonna enjoy that. You're like, okay, cool. I don't know. My friends are goofy. Be
Oh,
like, she just set her up. You could have told me that he was fine as hell, and I was gonna be distracted.
so that was my confusion. Like, why can't you tell her he's fine? Like, is that gonna make her run or
I
something?
think
That was
I think it might have made her run. She is very, very fragile. Like you need a friend like that. I think she did exactly what she needed to do. It kept it
really
under wraps and just kind of pushes her into pushes her outside of her box because she's not going to do it on her own.
that's
I
true.
would be. I
I
would be.
guess I just don't run away from fine men. So I'm like, that's gonna make me be like, okay, let me go to this class and see what's going on. you know?
Thoughts on that one because it felt like because I know I'm reading a romance novel. My first thought was, oh, this is going to be the fine guy of the movie, but or the book. But if I was just like in her shoes and someone did that face about the teacher, I'd be thinking, oh man, I got the bad one. I
Me
got the one that's
too.
gonna like terrorize me for the next week or whatever his classes. Why you put me in this position? That's the mindset I'm
Right.
in. But it's a romance book, so I was like, oh, this is going to be like the guy of the book. I
Yeah.
wouldn't tell my girl either because I'm sure when she went to the class, she didn't know who he was. She ain't seen him since high school. Apparently,
Right.
he was, probably looked like that in high school, right? And probably got her like, woo. She was like, I'm gonna see what my friend does. I'm not gonna tell her in advance.
Yep. She had to go through that initiation.
I just set her up.
Okay, so when she arrives to the class, she puts her stuff down and then she goes to did she go get like some refreshments or something?
Like
And
coffee.
coffee. And she runs into this young guy who is like gorgeous, chocolate, thick, great shoulders and back. I mean, she kept talking about those shoulders and she kept saying he could plow her north field without a horse.
Yeah. Country.
So Yeah, a little chocolate country man. Amen. And so she said that a few times. He could plow her Northfield without a horse. Um, and then he gets coffee and he licks sugar from his lips, and she says her vagina jumps. So we're on page 8, and vaginas are already jumping. I was like, I was like, okay, we right to it. Yeah. So Atlas, so she does not know that this is her teacher. They have like a little flirty situation. And then as he's leaving, he mentions that he's the one teaching the class. And she's like, oh my God, this is why Estelle reacted that way when I said who my teacher was. Right. So now she's extra nervous because she's like, I have to be in class with this fine man. And her body is reacting in certain ways. So have you guys ever had this situation where you had a teacher that was that fine, or somebody else in a situation that's like the leader and you have to control yourself?
I had a teacher. I was taking a summer school class. I had a teacher. He was so fine. So when I say fine, I mean fine. And he used to wear the tightest jeans, the tightest, tight. And so I would sit in the front and stare all the time. I'm not gonna lie. I just sat there and stared. And it was a good. I don't even remember what we taught. I don't remember the class, but I remember what he looks like. I can describe him from head to toe, but I don't remember what the class was about, and I don't remember my grade. I'm sure
I was about to say, did you pass?
Right.
I'm sure I did. I don't know. He was fine. That's all I know.
I think that's her fear. She done paid this money. She done signed up for this class, and now she may come out of it only remembering him. Like she's got to be intentional. I think that's where her fear was.
That's a good point.
I know for me, I went to a church where the pastor was fine, and I had to be very intentional about like focusing on the word. But I was young, but I felt like a level of guilt, which I was like, at least I feel guilty, right? Like
Yeah.
that's got to count for something. But yeah.
It's
Mhm.
interesting that you both mentioned church because my example is also church. When I was in my mid-20s, a friend of mine, we were looking for a new church together, and there was an actual new church that was growing. A lot of people our age were there, and the pastor was so handsome. He was married, and we are not those type of women to, even entertain, having an affair with a pastor or anybody really. But after maybe visiting maybe 10 times, we were like, we cannot join this church. There's like no, there's no way because I should not be lusting after the pastor, even though I know I would never act on it. I highly doubt he probably, well, I don't know him. He might, I don't know, but I don't think he would act on it either. But just the fact that that was in my head, like, this man is so handsome and I cannot stop thinking about it, So it was like, okay, I'm not joining. And that was our last visit. And she felt the same way. Like Cindy is in the comments saying, I cannot listen to fine preachers. And that's what.
Right? I'm distracted. I'm thinking about the wrong things. I'm supposed to be
Right.
studying the Bible, and I'm just like, it'd be really good. Okay.
Exactly. So yeah, I kind of understand her issue with Atlas. Atlas James is his name. Um, that those shoulders. I'm a shoulder person. I love arms and shoulders. So the way that she keeps describing him, I'm like, who is this man? And I want to see him. Yeah. So she gets upset. She calls Estelle, like, why didn't you tell me? And Estelle's like, girl, just take the class, whatever. And Sonia starts thinking about how she looks. She's thinking that she's not cute. She clearly has self-esteem issues about the way that she looks and her age compared to this young man that she's attracted to. She mentions cutting her hair, as a lot of people do when they go through breakups. So she cut her hair so she feels like she's old and bald-headed and nobody's gonna like her. But it seems that he's interested in her. He already had this flirty exchange when they kind of, ran into each other before the class began. And then he kind of jumps in to protect her from some young girls in the class. He goes around and does what are you here for? What kind of business do you want to start? And when she mentions her bath or her natural body care line, she mentions that the recipes will be rooted in her Gullah heritage. And two younger girls are like, what is that? Like Gullah Island, like trying to make fun of her. And he comes in and gives them the history of the Gullah Geechee people in South Carolina, and kind of makes her feel safe. What did you guys think about that happening in the class?
Oh, shout out to the professor. I think he handled it in a professional manner. He was quick. He was on his toes. I think he sent a message to those young ladies that that will not be tolerated. And like you said, just for her to feel like in that safe place, because I think like the chapter ends where she's like, well, maybe I'm having the first thought of like, maybe I'm in the right place. So it was
Yeah.
kind of that confirmation that he needed. But from the
Yeah.
educator aspect, I loved it.
Yeah. He definitely swooped in.
Hmm.
Reminded me of like trying to have a psychologically safe space at work where you feel like someone's going to speak up for you and not allow certain behavior to just go through and not or be addressed, and how
Right.
important it is to have to speak up for people when you do see it happening, whether it's a man speaking up for a woman or a woman speaking up for a woman. It was nice to see a man speaking up for a woman.
Hmm.
Mm-hmm.
Hey, that's, especially a black man speaking up for a black woman. That's something that I think is a nice precedent and an example to show.
I completely
Yeah,
agree.
I agree too. As a teacher, of course, like this is my slightly worse nightmare. I don't, when you're teaching a class, you want to make sure that everyone feels that appreciated and that people aren't picking on other people. So I'm always like very aware of like, did you just say that? No, that we're not going to have that in this class.
Yeah.
So I'm so happy that he just didn't let it slide and just actually spoke up in the moment in correcting them, because sometimes teachers get really like intimidated and they don't want to say anything at the time, and they'll like pull people aside. I'm like, no, we need to start saying these things out loud at the time it happens, especially at work, in work environments, because too many times that Black women are trampled in the work environment and no one says anything, and then afterwards they're like, "Oh, are you okay? You're right." No, speak up at the time.
Thank
Amen.
you when it matters. Right. Right.
I think it was
So
also nice that he understood her history. So if you're thinking about like
yeah.
a romantic potential couple here situation happening, he knows about her history. So he's got like, oh,
Hmm.
he knows about me and he appreciates me.
Check
Um,
mark.
Good little setup there.
And that's some good emotional intelligence to know um how that would affect her as well. You know what I mean? So yeah, I'm feeling Atlas. Hey boo. Um, so after the class, she heads over to the Narrows, which is a bar in the neighborhood. I really think this is so cute how the neighborhood is kind of set up as like a burgeoning like business area. So her friend Estelle has a yoga studio there. Then you have the Narrows, which is a bar. Then you have the co-working space, which is where she's taking the class. And I guess she's also kind of thinking possibly to have her business in that area too. So it's really cute, like this small town, growing, burgeoning business area. The Narrows is also the name of a book by Ann Petrie. So I'm not sure if that was done on purpose to bring that kind of literary stuff to the novel. But I thought that was cute. So Estelle is in there questioning her. Or no, Sonia is at the bar with Estelle telling her, like, why would you not tell me about this fine man and blah, blah, blah. And Estelle's kind of like, girl, enjoy it. Like, what is the problem? Let go, loosen up. So they're talking about him, and then he comes in the bar, like straight to her, right to her, and they start having a little flirty discussion again, to the point where Estelle's like, "Let me get out of here because he's leaning all in my space, trying to trying to get to you." Um, and he is very immediate about how he feels about her, that he's attracted to her and likes her. And she's like, "Little old me? I'm old. I'm bald headed. Nobody. Why would you like me? I have kids. All this stuff." And he's like, "You're beautiful. Why wouldn't I be attracted to you?" Type of thing. She also mentions you could probably have any woman, and he's like, "I probably could, but I'm interested in you, so that doesn't matter." How do you feel about how quick he was to let her know how he felt? Because I was kind of, I was thinking about, if I was in her shoes, I probably would be like, do I trust what you're saying? This is pretty fast, you know? What do you guys think?
I thought it was a bit forward for someone you just met a couple hours ago, and I'm going to now funny you for the next 6 weeks as my professor. And to her, in her mind, she's like, "This gorgeous guy. This is like a come on line. This is what he does. He probably goes to bars and picks up women, and this is why he's doing this." I would be giving you a little bit of a side eye too. If
Yeah.
anything, I think you just do this like all the time because I don't know him. I don't have any history or reference to actually know his character at that point.
Right. Right.
I agree. He came on really, 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 really strong. I was like, whoa. Well, I mean, even again, I read a lot of romance novels. This was a lot, and very much in the beginning. And then I was thinking if I was in a bar, some fine ass dude came up to me and was like, hey, I'd have been like, wait, I mean, like, we just met. I don't know. Can you let's ease into it? Let's flirt a little bit. Let's talk. Let's buy me a drink. I don't know. Like something.
Like, what's your last name? Like, why I gotta?
Right. It was a lot. I was like, okay, I would have been side eyed. I've been like, okay. Well, my friend was like, let's go. I'm gonna go with you. I'm not staying for this. I don't know. I would have felt the same way, especially like going through what she's going through and how she was feeling. I would have been left.
I mean, she left in tears.
Yeah.
Like
She was like,
that's
somebody
so
thinks I'm
that's
beautiful.
a lot in a bar. To be
A
frank.
lot.
A lot.
A lot.
I'm gonna give him a little bit of props for at least making his intentions like being forward, because I know a lot of people ask for that. You know, you playing games. He came with the intentions. I do understand it was a whole lot. I just was gonna give him, you know, just a couple little points. I was gonna give him a couple little points. just a few.
So,
There's no question about it.
what do you think about Sonia's view of herself in this situation? You know, not believing that he would be attracted to her, not believing that she is attractive or that other people would be interested in her at this point in her life.
So as somebody who just joined the 40 club, I was feeling some kind of way. Like okay, yo, 40 is beautiful and young and sassy and all those things. So, but I think anytime you're fresh out of breakup, I feel like you're fragile, right? And so she just got a
Yeah.
divorce. You're still like, no matter what, no matter how good you feel about yourself, that's just a fragile space.
Mhm.
And you cut your hair and you used to having long hair, and all of a sudden you got short hair, or or that first, when you first go natural, and it's just like, ooh, I don't
You
know
got
how
to
to
get
do
used
this.
to it. Yeah.
Right. So you have to build that self-confidence up. So I get where she was, but I was like, yo, 40 is fine. Stop harping. You're not old. Stop calling it middle age, because I'm not. I don't claim that. But that's just me.
I feel you. As someone who just turned 42 weeks ago.
Look, I'm a month ahead of you. Trust me, I get it.
I'm like, I'm not fine. So nothing changed from 39 to 40. You know
Right.
what I mean? But I am wondering how I would feel if a 30-year-old was coming at me. Like, I never have any doubts about myself when somebody like 37, 39, 42, 45. But a 30-year-old, I probably would be like, what do you want with me? You know, what are you serious right now? But not on some thinking that is an issue with me, but more so like, what is that about? Why would you want to be with somebody 10 years older than you? You know?
I'd be more thinking about their intentions with me. Is it like I'd be thinking that they're not looking for anything serious, or
Yeah.
talking to someone who's older and probably in a different mindset. But I agree with you. I'm not thinking that. Well, I'm not cute anymore. Like, I'm cute. What are you talking about? But I mean, I think her reaction just spoke to where she is right now, to
Yeah.
like her in her mindset of what she thinks about herself, and it probably speaks to she hasn't heard it from her husband in a long time, apparently. So she already probably had this whole thing of, I've passed my prime. I'm not doing
Yeah.
it anymore. I've had a family. I'm in a different phase of life. But yeah, if a 31-year-old looking at me, I'm like, looking for a sugar mama? What you doing? What are we doing? I just like, what do you
Right.
want from me? Do you want a relationship? You want something that's fun to do for the summer? Like, I just would I'm trying to understand like what you're going for here.
Yeah. I definitely feel that exactly. So she runs out. Oh, well, she doesn't necessarily run out, but her friend Estelle's like, I gotta go. And so Sonia's like, I'm gonna leave with you two after she done cried in front of this man. And she's upset with Estelle, like, I can't believe this is happening, blah, blah, blah. And he said that he's interested in me. And Estelle's like, girl, if you don't just go do it to this man and have some fun.
Basically, that would be my point.
Just let it go, enjoy yourself, be casual. Basically, that's what she's saying. Um, and do you support Estelle's advice or not?
I fully support Estelle's advice. I think the fact that he is 30 and her mindset of like, why does he want me? Like all of those questions, they really don't matter if you're not, like fully invested or taking it seriously or ready for this. I think he was the perfect like person. Obviously, it goes on to maybe be long term in this wonderful romance. But my I would have been with Estelle. That would have been my advice.
Yeah,
Like I guess I would have been thinking like this probably isn't going to be a
serious.
love
Yeah,
story, but it
yeah.
sure will help my girl get her confidence back on,
Mm-hmm.
loosen up a little bit, and take on this class. Like that would have been my
Yeah.
mind frame. Not to say that's the best, but you know,
Look, I support it 100%. The only thing I would say is wait till the class is over because you
yeah,
don't want that to mess up anything like that. This business seems to be a very important transition for her in life. You know what I mean? When she goes home that night, she runs into her. She has two kids, Nadia and Winston, and Nadia is the daughter who is there. And she mentions that their father has let them know that the divorce is final. So the kids were not really. It sounds like they hadn't really talked to the kids about the divorce, but the father had moved out for a year, and so Sonia is upset that Nadia knows officially because she had planned to do like you know, a sit down discussion, not just you learn over the phone from your dad. Um, and her daughter's like, it's okay. Like, I kind of understood what was going on. But this is the thing that kind of propels Sonia to accept, like, her business needs to be what she focuses on. So let's get serious about this course. And then chapter 3 takes us to Atlas's point of view. He goes to a barber shop, which I thought was super cute, called Cuts and Cocktails. It's also in the area in Greenville. Um, and he goes to get a haircut with his best friend and business partner, Cairo. And Cairo is, she has a short haircut too, and she's basically crushing on one of the barbershop owners, Jerica. So the barbershop is owned by two women, and it seems like they go to the barbershop once a week so they can stay fresh and fly. And Cairo is like super into Jerica, but won't say anything. It sounds like Cairo is a player of some sort, like because, or am I making that up? I feel like uh, Atlas was like, why don't you, say something about your feelings for Jerica. And she's like, no, because if things go bad, I'm going to miss out. I'm not going to have a barber anymore.
yeah.
And it made me feel like Cairo is like one of those like love him and leave him. I don't know. Am I
I
jumping
get
to
that.
conclusions? I don't know. I got that. Huh?
I
Might be
didn't get
on
that impression. I just thought because I've been in a position where I had a fine hairdresser, and I was like, okay, oh, I love going to get my hair done because it was just like a show. It was a show, and I got my hair done, and it was the best one I've ever had still to my life. But I was not going to jack that situation up. I'm not messing up my hair situation. So I'll just go. I'll admire. I'll just enjoy the view, and then I'll just look forward to the next 2 weeks when I see you again. I felt her. I was like, I'm not messing that up. I felt her. So
Yeah.
not a
I
player.
think I got it. I think I got it from how she was making fun of Atlas being head over heels.
Oh,
Like, who does that? Y'all are grown. Y'all are not 12, 16, or whatever. She's telling the whole barbershop like he basically is like a fool in love with this woman and made her cry by telling her how beautiful she was and all that kind of stuff. So it's a joke to her. So that made me think, okay, you're not serious about love and relationships. You know what I mean? Because why is this a big joke at 30? Not,
no, I
I think
probably would have
guys
just.
at barbershop are just juvenile in general.
Very
So,
true. And that was one of my observations. Like, this is a barbershop, but it's mostly women there, and they still have that same mentality. Like, oh, you think you like the men are the only ones who are like it was an older man getting his haircut, and he's like, no, young brother, you pursue that woman, and the women are just cracking up at him like, you fool. in love. I was like, what? What is this about?
I think it was the speech. I think his speech. He gets in and he just lives it. He was like, she reminds me of a music note, and then you got to fill in the song. That would be a little like, all right, you just wrote a song for somebody you met last night. I may have laughed. I'm not gonna lie. I'm not gonna lie.
I think he might be a Cancer because Cancer men are kind of like that.
Okay.
They fall deep very quickly, and they're very like they're basically a neo soul album when it comes to love. you know, uh, he was doing a lot though. He was doing a lot. So
There's something to talk about the elders speaking, so the guy is like, you met your wife last night.
Oh yeah, he did say that.
Like, ooh, yeah, I read that part. I had to read it again.
Yeah.
Like that? So like, what was the point of like putting in like the elder, so to speak, like, hey, I'm the one that's married for 15 years or whatever, so I can speak on this and giving you my point of view and piece of advice.
Right. And then the fact that didn't scare Atlas away at all. Because it is said in this scene that he is known to be a player. Right. Like he isn't one that's like looking to seriously settle down, or he hasn't been known for that, I guess. And this older man says, you met your wife. And he's like, that's something to think about. So they're getting fly to go to First Fridays that evening to network and kind of spread the word about the co-working space that they run. And on the way, prior to him going, he stops off at his mother's home to have dinner. And she is very serious about him getting married. She's pestering him about him finding a woman and giving her some grandbabies. And she is very serious about some college student that he should give a chance. And it's annoying to him because he's like, you don't want to need a man, not me. Or I don't need that's not my focus right now. What did you guys think about that scene with his mom?
I was a little taken back by the age gap. Like, I feel like the main focus was Sonia and her worried about him being 10 years younger, but the mom kind of threw me off when she was trying to marry her son off to the sophomore college student. I felt like that was more of an age gap concern for me.
Yeah.
So I was like, okay, all right, that doesn't seem wise, but what she is serious about getting her grandbabies.
Very serious.
And the girl was pre-med, so I mean, but I was like, okay, I'm interested to see, like dig into the different like cultural ties and where these mothers kind of mind frames come from.
Mm-hmm. Go ahead.
Oh, to Alice's credit, I think he's 31, so I'm gonna give him one more year back on Sonia. I want to give her one more year back.
Yeah, she is.
Oh yeah, because he said rounded up to 10.
Yeah, you can round up. But come around to 10 when you like kind of count these numbers. So when I think about the sophomore who was like 19, I was doing the numbers. I was like, well, we got a bigger gap with this 19-year-old. If I go ahead and put him at 31, I'm like, Mom, what are you doing? And so I wonder what kind of sister or daughter-in-law does she want? Does she want a daughter-in-law that's like young, that she feels that she can kind of mold into the perfect woman for her son? Like, is that why she's gonna, because she don't know nobody that's 25, 26. Someone other friends that might have had some kids right after her, a little older. It just seems like, why I wouldn't want my son with this girl that don't know herself and ain't got out of college yet.
She ain't even graduated. Yeah. And she still got med school after that.
Yeah.
Is my son gonna pay for med school? Can we talk about that too?
Right.
Are you gonna put her with the med school? Or you want her to pay for education?
I don't know.
She wasn't thinking. She was just like, I just want some grandbabies. Figure it out.
Right.
She gotta go to med school. She can't have no grandbabies for another 6 years. She gotta go to college, 4 years of med school with 3 years of residency. You got 10 years wait for these grandkids.
No, she was gonna take the babies and let them go on and finish school and do what they gotta do. That's what the plan was. She was never concerned about that. I got the babies. Don't y'all worry about it.
And I'm thinking, as a woman at Sonia's age, I'd be more open to dating Atlas than I would at this girl's age at 19. Like 19 and as a 19-year-old, I was not trying to talk to a 30-year-old man. I know some people are open to it, but that's like old to me at 19. So no, I don't know what she is. She just wanted some grandbaby. So this scene made me feel like this means that if Sonia becomes a fixture in Atlas's life, she's not going to be okay with that because Sonia is 40 and who knows if she'll be open to having kids or can, you know. So I think that's going to be an issue later on in the book. I don't know. Um, so he has this talk with his mom and then heads to First Friday. Back in next in chapter 4, Sonia is also at First Fridays with her sister. So she has two sisters, Agostina. I don't like that name. Agostina and Birdie. I can't remember if they gave Birdie's real name. Um, but those are her sisters, and we kind of get the impression that Sonia is the middle sister. Birdie is the youngest. We do know that for sure, but we don't really know if Agostina or Sonia is the oldest. I'm guessing Sonia is the middle daughter. And they're helping Agostina set up a booth for First Fridays because she does like wares, like pottery wares, I guess, plates and stuff like that. So they seem to be like a creative family and business minded. And while they're setting up, Sonia's like, we need to do our business together. And Agostina is like, why do we need to do that? She's like, what is the reason? Why do we need to do that? And she kind of brings it out of Sonia that she's trying to lean on her sister in case the business fails. And she's like, you need to not try to do that, go out on your own, or do it with mom. We haven't heard about mom until this scene, and apparently there's some kind of tension between Sonia and mom, their mother, because she's very hesitant to reach out to her. But it sounds like they both have a similar products. It's based on their grandmother's recipes for body products and everything. And it sounds like their mom takes over stuff. So she's like, I don't know about that. So we have two mamas that might have issues coming up. We'll see. And then after this discussion, she is smudging the area and doing affirmations so that her sister does well, has a successful night. And I thought that was really nice to show. I don't know if have you guys read about this in books before in fiction where people are doing the affirmations and smudging to make sure, things go well. Her affirmations were prosperity within me and around me and abundance within me and around me. And I was like, this is a different type of spirituality that I've known about but never read in fiction before. What do you guys think about that?
I love it. I love the celebration of different cultures and seeing it out there. I feel like a lot of times, especially in the Black community, we get all like, that's the devil's work, and we can't, we won't do that. And so just get that explanation and understanding of culture. I have my smudge stick right here.
Oh,
Always keep it there. I try not to put it on camera because it looks
no, it
like
looks
something
fine.
else. Okay. One day I was teaching and it was sitting right here, and I was like, "Ooh, that don't look like. Ooh, that's not what you think it is. That's not what you think it is." But I'm really excited to see like just a different kind of culture being celebrated, and it goes back to like when the girls mentioned it in the classroom. It's something different that you don't hear about that often. So I'm excited to see like how it's celebrated. Especially, I'm like, can I buy these products? Were you selling these products for real? Because I'll buy them.
I was thinking that too. Like, I want to see what they smell like.
Right. Let me go to your store. I'm down.
So the Augustina kicks them out of the booth because she's like, your energy is messing up stuff. So they decide to Sonia and Birdie decide to go find something to eat, walk around the different booths and everything. This made me miss First Friday in Oakland because I used to do that on First Fridays. And I was like, oh, I don't know when I'll ever feel safe enough to do that again. But yeah, it definitely made me miss visiting booths and just running into people and stuff. And that's what happens. She runs into, well, she actually doesn't get a chance to really run into him. She sees him across the street and then stumbles and almost falls. I guess this man is fine because but when that happened, I was like, that's something I would do just because I'm clumsy. Not because he's fine, but just because I'm clumsy. So, and then that catches his attention, and She walks over to him in Cairo with her sister Birdie. And Cairo's just like, here we go, because she was in the bar um, when they had their discussion, and Sonia didn't know that. So she's feeling some type of way because she's like, this woman has heard all my discussion with Estelle about how fine he is, and now knowing that's his friend, she feels kind of embarrassed. Cairo does eventually leave, and then Birdie leaves as well when she sees that these two are kind of like magnets. Like it's like nobody else exists all of a sudden once they run into each other. So she also leaves and does some kind of nasty gesture behind his back, behind his back, like a little sister would. Um, and they kind of just fall into something, and they decide to go ahead and get some ice cream together. And that's how the chapter ends. That's how our section ends that we will discuss. It's pretty cute. I was like, oh, I want to go get ice cream with a fine man. It was it was cute.
Whatever.
Not forget the fact that she also cried again.
Oh yeah, she did.
I just wanted to bring that up. So it's 2 times now. It's 2 times.
Yeah, I need her to stop. I mean,
Yeah.
I understand she's fragile. I understand what she's going through, but the tears. Well, at least he's there and he's okay with it. I
He
can see
did.
a lot of men being like,
Yeah.
"Girl, what is going on with you?" But
Just leaving like, girl, oh, I can't handle tears.
yeah, I mean, twice in one day. It's the same day, so it's the same day. What did you guys think though about how it ended? How that section ended? Were you like looking
Yeah.
forward to how things turn out? Was it kind of like exciting, like, ooh, what's gonna
I had to make
happen?
myself stop reading because I was
Mhm.
like, I'm about to finish this whole book. And I was like, no, stop reading. Stop. So I'm really excited. I want to see how this develops. He seems really interesting. I like guys that aren't shy in books. I feel like books try to make guys like really shy and slick, or maybe guys in real life are shy and slick and try always like. It seems like he's putting his cards on the table, like I like you, and I'm like, yes, that's refreshing. Yes, thank you for letting me know that you actually like me. I don't have to guess.
That's a good point.
Right. Very good point.
Mhm.
Hmm.
Hopefully she feels more confident that he does like her, because in the bar you can say it's a one-off because he saw an opportunity, he happened to be getting a drink, so he just came on to me. But like this is like a second time he's also expressed his interest, so maybe it's real. And
Hmm.
maybe she's gonna get a little more confidence that this guy really likes me, instead of like questioning it.
Right.
Yeah.
I'm
Hmm.
excited. I was surprised that it like they just got into it. And so I was expecting for the book to kind of drag out a little more. So I'm kind of like, okay, now how much more, can
Yeah.
they,
What else is gonna happen?
what else could possibly happen? Like y'all gonna fall in love and then what's gonna happen? So
Mhm.
I'm grateful that they got into it like immediately. But I was left kind of like, all right, what else do we got to talk about? I know, hopefully, like you said, we're building up her confidence. All that is great. I guess we can those mamas,
They gonna
those
run
mamas.
interference some
Yeah,
kind of way.
yeah. But so far, I'm optimistic that it's gonna be good. I hope that it didn't start and then it starts to drag though. Like,
Yeah.
let's keep it going. Let's keep it going.
Yeah, I think I'm hooked, which is saying a lot because my reading has been pretty off this year, just me personally. But this one, I wanted to be like Capricia, like, let me see what's gonna happen. Like, for real, for real. I want to keep reading it. So we'll definitely be under the dryer today reading, reading this to see. And I think part of it is because I'm falling for Atlas as well. Uh, and we kind of talked about this before we started. Like, if this were a movie, who would play Atlas? Who do you guys? The one person that comes to mind for me is why am I forgetting his name? He was in Moonlight. Um, Trayvon. No, Trayvante Rhodes, because he has those shoulders and back and neck and chocolate.
I have to
The only
look him.
thing is he isn't tall though, but
I,
he's medium
I had
size.
somebody perfect. Somebody perfect.
Uh,
Winston Duke.
That's what I was gonna say.
Yes, that's exactly what I thought of first.
Yeah.
I was like, yes.
Yeah, I can see that.
Baka, you gotta.
I can definitely see that. Hmm. Who do you think would play Sonia? 40-year-old with a short haircut. I
I
was,
guess like Sanaa Lathan playing her.
yeah, I can see that.
I
But
just because of her mannerisms.
I'm thinking somebody younger. Because Sanaa, she's beautiful, but isn't she like 50? Or am I making that up?
I think
She
she's
doesn't look it though.
Yeah.
Maybe she's 47.
like yeah, older 40s.
Yeah.
Younger.
I don't know. I did think about Sweet Magnolias as I was reading this, which was a Netflix series about a small town and a whole bunch of little businesses and how the town kind of works around the businesses and everything. And this kind of reminded me of that because of the area, the business district in Greenville. So I was like, I wonder how this would look on TV. I think I would be into it, especially with some fine men in in it. But yeah, overall, you guys, it seems like everybody's kind of into it or excited about it. So that's good. I was hesitant at first because I'm not really a romance person. And I was like, how good is this really going to be? Or is it going to really keep my attention? And it's keeping my attention. So I'm happy about that. Um, and hopefully this will be a great discussion with everybody's chapter. Do you guys think your chapters will have a positive reaction to it? So from what you've read.
I think so. I think just because we haven't done like romance, and I think that's always going to lead to good conversations,
Yeah. Yeah.
regardless. So that's kind of what I'm excited about. Is just to have those conversations.
Hmm.
I expect a lot of relationship type conversations where you
Mhm.
extrapolate from what happens in the books to either your own personal experiences or what your hopes are for, or probably we'll talk about a lot of different fine men. We're like, what are the fine men that could be playing? At this
Where
point,
are the fine men?
Where are the 5 men?
where they go? Is it endangered species? You know, interesting conversations.
Fine and smart
Yeah.
too, because
Right.
he's a smart one. The fact that he could just respond to those girls about the Gullah culture, I was like,
Mhm.
okay, you're informed.
And
That's
business
even
minded,
sexier.
And well traveled too.
well traveled.
Yes.
Well, he talked about traveled all around the United States and he like has a bunch of degrees. I was like, yes, where are you? Yes.
At 31.
At
Hmm.
Right.
31. Hmm. And he don't have no like baggage. Well, he could have baggage. Let me stop. He
I
does
know.
actually have baggage. Let me stop. I'm like,
That 22-year-old baggage thing when they were hanging out in the barber shop, right? In his head. He didn't say it out loud.
Oh.
Did he
yeah,
say that
Oh
in
yeah.
his head?
yeah. So that's probably gonna come up later. Something
Mhm.
happened,
Yeah.
and I feel like something with Sonia's ex-husband is gonna come up too. He's gonna be like, "Well, you got this young man. I don't want him around my kids." It's probably there's probably gonna be something crazy. So I'm looking forward to the drama. And I'm pretty sure this is going to be some erotica too, which people have been wanting in the in membership. So because, like I said, vaginas were jumping on page 8. So you will get your fill of that. That'll probably give us a lot to talk about too. Hmm. Well, if do you guys have anything else to mention about the book?
Mhm.
No.
No.
I'm looking forward to seeing her self confidence and belief in herself grow. I think that hopefully that will be a nice part of the book to experience is having someone go from a time where they don't feel like they're able to accomplish their dreams. And I hope they end the book with her like shop opening and
Right.
Yeah.
goals. Like that's I'm interested to see how that goes.
Yeah. I'm very much. I'm excited about this whole town situation. Everybody having business and stuff. I really like that. Super cute. Mhm. All right, y'all. Well, thanks for joining me for our first impression of A Taste of Her Own Medicine, our August selection, our August chick lit selection. I don't know why this doesn't want to, yeah,
Yeah.
show. Um, and hopefully everyone else will somewhat enjoy this romance, small town romance, and have a great rest of your Sunday. Bye, y'all.
Bye. Thank you.